Okay, welcome everybody. It's calling the meeting to order. It's Thursday, December 4th, 2025 at 6 p.m. With us we have Kevin O'Neill, Denise Luciano, Bob Kimball, Roger Marsan, myself, Town Manager Mark Gould, and Jen Reed. Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to call the Thursday, December 4th meeting of the Norton Planning Board to order. In person, we have myself, Alan Boulay, Rob Welsh, Steve Warshall, and in remote we have Bridget Carr.
Okay, thank you, sir. So first order of business, oh, wait a minute, yep, we have the Pledge of Allegiance. Sorry.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
I'm going to wait for everybody to stand up. Nice.
Go ahead.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. First order of business, we have appointments, resignations, and retirements. Joint meeting with the Planning Board to appoint Mr. Frank Kearns. If you could come on up if you like and tell us why you'd like to serve this sentence.
Well, I said I do 37 years ago, so. No, I'd just like to learn more about the town. My name is Francis Kearns. I've been in town since 1993. Born and bred in Boston. Went to trade school just like Roger. And just like to learn more about the town and be part of the team.
Wonderful. Mr. Chair?
I don't have any questions for you necessarily. I will point out that Mr. Kearns has been at probably at least, I don't know, 6 to 8 of our last meetings, I would say at least, if not more, and has been diligently taking notes. I've been watching him and has participated more than probably anybody but Peter.
Recent meetings. I'll do better.
But I appreciate you coming to join us. We need the help, we need another body, and availability is sometimes the best ability.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
Frank, you planned this term ends in April. Are you planning on running again? Or have you given any thought to?
I believe so. I believe I will run
I
anyway.
don't want to, but.
Well, I want to learn the ropes first, see how qualified I am, and most likely.
Mr. Chairman, I will point out.
Sorry. Just gonna leave the webinar not troubleshoot.
We're going to have 3 seats.
Right. But no one is able to hear you.
I'm not sure of this.
Oh, I can hear now, but it's very choppy and kind of weird.
They're talking with Bridget.
They're working on some technical difficulties in the control room.
Yeah, normally it's not supposed to be sound, but it's taken by surprise.
Sounds like secret.
Normally there's not sound on the meeting, so we all joined, we didn't turn off our audio settings. That's what's happening.
Is that better? There we go.
Bridget, do we sound good to you now?
Looking at Brian through the window.
Sounds good to me. Go ahead, rip it and rip it.
I was going to point out we were going to have 3 seats available for election in April.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I make a motion that we appoint Mr. Frank Kearns to the planning board for the open seat.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other questions from our board? No? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Mr. Chair?
The chair would entertain a motion to appoint Frank Kearns to the planning board.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion for a second. Rob, how do you vote?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
I'm a yes. And Bridget, how do you vote?
Microphone's off. Microphone's off, Bridget.
I don't know if we have.
I heard her say yes.
I heard it clearly.
She cannot hear at all.
No, doesn't look it.
Do you have your cell phone?
Yeah.
Can you just call her?
You got a call?
Do you want her to do it all?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
We'll get these Zoom meetings down eventually.
I'm not sure Zoom is the right way.
Yeah.
They need to have.
Okay, thanks. Hold on just one second. I'm gonna put you on speaker. Excuse me for just. So, Paul D. Giuseppe, town planner. So on the phone, we have Bridget, who understands that she's about to vote. So Bridget,
Hello.
Hi, Bridget.
Yes, I think.
Yes.
So that's what was being asked.
That's 4 in favor.
Thank you, Bridget.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Bridget.
No problem, bye.
On that note, the chair would entertain an order to close our meeting.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. How do you vote to close our meeting, Steve?
In the affirmative.
Rob?
Yes.
I'm yes. And Bridget signed off, so she is also a yes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Have a good night.
Perfect. You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Company, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, Rob.
Thank you, Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
All right. So, at least that wasn't difficult.
No, this wasn't painful at all.
Okay. Next item on the agenda, we have an appointment. I'd like the town manager to deliver that under his report, if that's okay with you.
Sounds good, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I'd like him to properly introduce. Okay. So then we have a resignation of Jake Braga from the Civilian Traffic Unit of the Norton Police Department. Mr. Cameron.
So we appreciate Mr. Braga's service. Unfortunately for us, fortunately for Attleboro PD, he's leaving his part-time service here and moving to full-time student police officer in Attleboro, and we wish him well.
Okay.
Thank you, Jake.
No action. Okay. Minutes, approved minutes, including but not limited to November 20th, 2025. Questions, concerns, comments? Anybody? No?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we approve the minutes of November 20th, 2025 as written.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you. Yes, sir. Mary, sorry. Abstaining? Wait, my hair. Yeah, okay. One abstention, Jen? Denise? Okay. We have licenses in permit, 2026 license renewals. Mr. Clerk.
Right here, I don't have to read all these things anymore. So we have a number of licenses to be approved tonight. Is the CVAA, which is a common vicular restaurant, all alcohol. The CVWM, which is a common vicular restaurant, wine and malt. RPAA, which is a retail package, all alcohol package store. RPWM is a retail package, wine and malt package store. And common vicular is to serve food at the tables. So, having read all those categories, I believe that everything is in order. I'm not used to having to read these things individually.
Just the one, Sabatino's? Okay, Mr. Clerk, we have one license. Everything is approved except it's subject to our outstanding taxes being paid. So the motion would need to reflect Sabatino's Trattoria Inc., DBA Sabatino's, 111 West Main Street, subject to outstanding taxes being paid.
Should also note that there's also licenses here for jukebox. video games, and for Sunday entertainment for jukebox and video games, and live entertainment also. I believe that covers just about all the different categories. There is a general on-premises wine and malt and general on-premises all alcohol. Other than that, I think everything is, well, karaoke, I think everything else is pretty much covered. So, Chair, I'll make a motion that we approve all of the various license categories, and also as part of the motion, Sabatino's Tattleria Incorporated, 111 West Main Street, approval subject to outstanding taxes being paid, and everything else as presented in our packet.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
Jen, thank you for putting that together and giving us something to do here.
All right. Announcements. Mr. Clerk?
Let's see, I have the Festival of Lights, which will be held this Sunday, December 7th at 5 p.m. on the Town Common. There'll be live music, craft and snacks, drop-off letters for Santa, tree and menorah lighting, a visit from Mr. and Mrs. Claus, which is very important, and live performances. If anyone has any questions, they can contact nortonmass.org, Parks and Rec for additional information. At the same time, the Historical Society Schoolhouse, which is almost across the street, up the hill, is also open to the public that evening, and if anyone wants to come by, we're going to have a chocolate, homemade cookies, and a few gifts. So if anyone wants to come by, we'd love to have you come on by. If you want to bring a new toy to the Festival Lights, you may do so for the C2 Foundation. Letters of Santa 2025. Children can drop off their letters of Santa at the Festival Lights on Sunday, December 7th. Or you can come here to the Norton Town Hall in the front hallway, and you'll find a box there where you can drop letters now until the 17th. Please, when dropping off your letters, please include the child's first and last name, age, and mailing address on either an attached page or on the back of the card. The Great Norton Holiday Lights Contest is now ongoing. You may submit a photo and your address will be displayed for online and in-person voting. There's a $25 registration fee due at the time of registration. Amateur displays only with only one display per Norton address. Winning displays will receive a $100 prize, a Twinkle Trophy, and bragging rights. And again, you can register at www.nortonmass.org/parksrecreation. Coats for kids and families, if you'd like to donate a coat from December 1st to January 2nd. You may donate your warm winter coat for children and adults at the Norton Town Library, Town Hall lobby. Park and Rec will also get them over to Anton's for cleaning. So coats only, please, and all sizes are welcome. So I have.
Okay, thank you, sir. I have one more that was presented to me last minute this afternoon, and that was about, I want to thank the Garden Club for decorations, including the horse trough on the common. I don't know if anybody's noticed. That composition of the Garden Club is Jean Barry, Barbara Martin, Nancy Federici, and Phyllis Rich Grenier. So thank you very much for them for doing all that for us.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
In addition, we'd like to thank the Highway Department for all the work they've done on getting the lights up down there. They've been working the last couple of days. It's been very cold out, but they've been smoking away at it. It looks like they've got it almost done, so it'll be all ready for Santa on Sunday.
Perfect. Yes, thank you to them.
I'll be there.
Awesome. Us too. All right, so that's announcements. Let's get on to new business. First up, quick update from Town Manager regarding Site 1 operations on Newland Street. Mr. Town Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So briefly, Site 1 is a DEP licensed compost facility on Newland Street. There have been a few complaints regarding fires and noise, and I have been in contact with them, and they're willing to meet with whomever would like to meet with them. So I intend to meet with them in the next week or two, discuss, hopefully come to an agreement that will resolve the complaints and just work it out with them. So that's the update.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
And the Traffic Safety Committee has been working, trying to get them to discuss some of the issues of traffic also. So if possible, I'd like to be invited to that meeting, if it's possible, so we can
Sure.
jump in and see if we can talk about some of the issues regarding the truck traffic in that area also. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Next item, this is scheduled the date of spring annual town meeting, and we have a tentative date of May 18th, 7 p.m. at the high school auditorium. Is that correct, Mr. Town Manager?
Yes, Mr. Chair, the school department is good with that date. Of course, the select board can set it whatever date they like. But this historically would be the third Monday in May.
Okay. So the school is all set with it, run by them, they're good, if we're gonna have it there. Because I believe it may be here, now that I think of it.
Town meeting?
No,
Do we have capacity?
Wait a minute.
no, you're thinking so.
Oh, I'm thinking the election. Yep, I'm sorry, I apologize, strike that, sorry. Okay, so, schedule the date of the spring, annual Springtown meeting, May 18th. School's good. Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I make a motion that we set the date for the annual Springtown meeting as May 18th at 7 p.m. at the high school.
Do I have a second?
Second. Discussion, Mr. Chair.
Yes,
I
sir.
just wanted to, the annual election is early this year, April 11th, and we haven't talked about it formally yet, we brought it up. We're likely going to have a debt exclusion question on that ballot for the middle school roof, and I just wanted to ask, maybe Bob knows, does that provide the proper window between the town election and the May town meeting in order to
That's how it's
vote those funds into the budget? I don't know if there's like a
Time gap.
45-day window or something, I'm not certain, but that's what I'm asking.
I believe we could, if that's the case, we can make that work.
I might be totally off, I don't even know. Okay, yeah.
I don't know either.
It's either 30 or 45, I can tell you that.
Because it's not within 30, but it's within 45, so that's why I'm asked. I'm sorry, it is within 30, but it's not within 45, that's right, yeah.
Well, more items would be due, I wrote it down here, it's 90 days before the meeting, so that would be February 10th to give us buffer. So we could, if we're intending to put it on the April ballot, then this board we would submit it as a potential warrant item, just to be safe.
Right, it's to pass less realistic.
And we would need to do that by February 10th.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
can we just have a placeholder for that if we need to for the town meeting?
That seems the wise course of action.
Yeah, so my question is how much time is needed between the election and the town meeting when you have the debt exclusion vote? So maybe that's something we can look into after the meeting, to check on that. And I don't know what the answer is, I'm just throwing it out because I remember discussions in the past, do you have to vote on it at the town meeting within 30 days after the election? If that's the case, these days don't work. If not, we're good, right? So that's what I'm asking.
Is there a time frame that if a debt exclusion were to be the method of choice, is there a time frame that has to happen? Why, my question is, could that go on fall-town meeting for that matter? Because the early discussion, it seems like this wouldn't even happen till FY '29.
So the problem with that is the architect, the OPM, they have a lot of, like, design work to complete before we go out to bid. So that, and they can't get started until funding is allocated.
Gotcha.
So if we wait until October, now the whole bid process is pushed out 3 months, 4 months. So we don't want to do that 5 months.
I understand, I think, if we can make it work, I don't want to change both of these just for that, but we could always, another option too, we could have a,
We
special
may
town
be,
meeting.
we may be completely fine. Denise is trying to look up our
Yeah.
bylaws here, but I didn't mean to throw a wrench in it. Maybe
No,
maybe the motion is as long as that's conducive to our timeline for the debt exclusion appropriation.
We could change the date of town meeting.
Yeah.
At another time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we could do that too, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't we set this date?
Yeah.
We have to adjust it.
Sure.
Adjust it. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a motion, there's a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. Other business, topics not reasonably anticipated 48 hours in advance. Any takers? Okay. Old business. Town manager's report, Mr. Town Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First, the clerk's office has produced some efficiencies. We're very happy that we're saving thousands of dollars in outside-of-the-box thinking, soliciting multiple vendors that hadn't been done in the past, and really exercising due diligence. AV troubleshooting is continuing in the crane room, as you may have noticed this evening.
No. What do you mean?
Budget planning is in full swing. We're planning early this year. The departments are preparing their 10-year capital outlooks so that we are long-range planning, so we can have predictable cash outflows. And the operating budget is also in the department head's hands. We're promoting conservative budget planning with a base of level funded budgets as we assess revenues, projected state aid, and what we have available for contract negotiations for the 8 unions. That brings me to the assistant town manager's appointment. I'm very pleased to introduce the board to Miss Shannon McMahon, who has a very strong background, has extensive experience, has legal experience in negotiations, contracts, policy, government, has worked for the state as an ADA, and has my full confidence to help modernize and drive Norton forward into the future. So I couldn't be more happy to introduce the board to her.
Mr. Town Manager, what is ADA?
And ADA is an assistant district attorney where she served handling hundreds of cases, representing the Commonwealth, keeping us safe here in Bristol County.
Okay, thank you. Okay, with that being said, would Ms. McMahon like to come up and introduce herself? Say a few words?
Thank you very much, members of the board. It's a true honor to be here. I am thrilled and very excited to get to work, get my hands dirty. I've obviously been speaking to Mark here extensively the past couple of days, and I am very, very excited. I think that we're going to do some great things here. Just hearing him talk about the contract negotiations with the 8 unions, I'm excited. Getting the budget down, being cost effective while actually implementing modern day tools through web design and so forth. I think that we can do a lot of good in this community, and I'm very, very excited to join the team. Does anyone have any questions for me?
You have any IT experience?
Do I have any IT experience? Yes, prior to becoming an assistant district attorney, I was a criminal defense attorney. I owned my own law firm. I did have to produce and create my own website. Obviously trained new staff that I brought in order to do with that. However, I'm not really sure. This is a larger scale.
We don't know either.
But I'm pretty proficient in Zoom.
I was trying
Through
to-
COVID, I'm a practicing attorney, so during COVID, we all got used to Zoom.
I was trying to be a smart aleck. So tell us about your municipal side. Do you have any experience on the municipal side?
On the municipal side, as Mark had indicated, I was an assistant district attorney in New Bedford. Obviously spent a lot of time with police officers, obviously the district attorney himself, dealing with chiefs of police, dealing with the police in general. In terms of HR and things like that, I would suggest that my background in owning my own law firm, doing things like that, obviously being in charge of the law firm, I was the head of HR, I was, the boss. As of right now, I'm currently the senior trial attorney for safety and insurance. I'm responsible for recruiting, training, getting people acclimated to the HR process throughout that company, as well as keeping up to date with the standards and best practices throughout the country. Any other questions for me?
Thank you. What would be your anticipated start date?
I believe that we discussed the end of January. I'd like to give my firm, I've been there for about 9 years now. I'd like to give them the benefit of having at least 3 to 4 weeks so I can close out my files, speak to my clients and so forth, to give them the most amount of time to hire, I can train, make sure that the relationships are going to be functional between my clients and my predecessor.
Sure. Okay. Any other questions?
Just to add on to Bob's question, can you elaborate on your administrative experience, human resources experience in the municipal environment, like in a town or a city type leadership, and employees that directly reported to you, if you can elaborate on what
Sure.
they did?
Yeah, as I said, I owned my own firm, so everyone reported to me. Yeah. In terms of that included dealing with payroll, things like that, having to not only teach the law to up-and-coming attorneys, but also to learn best HR practices, so that way I was covered. In terms of an actual municipal board like this, I certainly have not done anything like this before. This is an entirely new experience. However, I believe that cumulatively, my experience throughout the legal profession has certainly developed a skill set that I think is going to be utilized very well here.
Anybody else? Okay. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yep, thank you. So at this juncture, so as the town manager's hired, do we have an affirmative, vote to?
Let me read the notice first, then we can decide if we have an affirmative.
Okay.
Notice of appointment, assistant town manager, personnel and administration. I hereby notify the select board in accordance with the provisions of Article 4, Section 2B of the Norton Charter, acting in my capacity as appointing authority, I've appointed the following individual, assistant town manager / personnel / administration. Shannon M. McMahon. Said appointment was made on December 2nd, 2025, under the provisions of the Norton Charter, and will be effective on December 17th, unless the select board votes to accept or reject the appointment prior to that date. I would add to that I believe she said the end of January would be the earliest she would be starting, so I would say prior to the January.
So January 31st is a Saturday, so.
Friday.
Yeah, I'd say, January 30th. Right? Or effective February 2nd?
I would
Is that right?
I would go with, in case there's a possibility she may start earlier, we might want to consider maybe bouncing back a week and make it the
Well, we can make it effective on or before February 2nd.
Okay,
That makes sense? Okay. Is that a motion?
yes.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Good luck.
So-
Welcome aboard.
So from one Irish person to another, I love your name, by the way, Shannon. And you have a lot of experience with law, that's very clear, and transferable skills as well. Your position is number 2 in the town, and we have a new town manager, and this is the first time we're going to have a new assistant town manager in charge of human resources and other avenues where we've never had that position before. And I would really, you seem like a really nice person, I would really like to vote for you for this position. It doesn't matter because you already have 4 out of the 5. But I'm going to have to kind of vote my conscience and vote no. Nothing personal, just because I think you lack the administrative and human resources public service experience, even though you do have transferable skills. So I hope you understand that.
Absolutely, I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Jen, you have that? Thank you. Mr. Town Manager?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Board. Congratulations, Assistant Town Manager McMahon. We are completing, we're almost done with our DPW Director search. We're finalizing our interviews and a lot of difficult choices. We're going to get an excellent candidate very soon, hopefully by our next meeting. Economic development, again, the Nylum groundbreaking ceremony is December 17th at 9:30 in the morning. And there is a holiday employee and select board drop-in. That's on December 23rd from 3 to 5:30 p.m. There's going to be light hors d'oeuvres. That's a joint celebration with the select board. The employees can drop in, drop out, just like we did last year. So that's December 23rd, 3 to 5:30 p.m. And I also just received information that the police received a traffic safety grant. So drive safe out there. They will be monitoring the roads during the month of December. So that's a $25,000 grant to help keep us safe out there. And lastly, due to the holiday schedule, Christmas is on a Thursday this year. In years past, I'm informed in consultation with the select board that town manager has closed town offices due to lack of volume. Most people are staying home after the holiday. So I don't believe operations would be negatively affected if we did the same this year, if it's okay with if the select board objects or if the unions object, then we could revisit it. So that's my report, subject to select board's questions or comments, concerns.
Okay,
Through your chair.
thank you. Yep.
Mark, which day are you asking for? The Friday?
Friday, December 26th.
It's a half day anyway, right?
Yeah, it's a Friday.
It is.
So, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
so in the past when we've done this, they've used, employees use sick time, or not sick time, but personal time, or vacation time, that kind of stuff. Is that your intention to have them use the personal time, or just to give them a day off?
Honestly, I'm unaware of past practice. I'm okay with that. I would just be hesitant if there's 1 or 2 employees that have exhausted sick time for whatever reason. As long as there's reasonable accommodations for them.
I think if you look at the policy on Thanksgiving, the day after, it always falls on a Thursday, Thanksgiving. So the day after the Friday, I believe.
That's a contractual
Right,
holiday.
right, I know that, but you can use that information in that contractual guidelines. I think it states in there that they can use their own time to take that half day off.
The contracted holidays are paid for.
To be honest, I'm not familiar with all the
Okay, that's fine.
collective
Wait,
bargaining
just-
agreements.
I'm just curious
Yeah.
because, you know, we're trying to protect the taxpayer and all that stuff, but I agree, they're not gonna be here on the day after Christmas, so.
Okay, any more, Mr. Town Manager?
Okay, so that's, yes, that makes sense, the way it's been done in the past.
Okay.
That's it from me, Mr. Chair.
Okay. I do want to be, first to congratulate Ms. McMahon to the new Assistant Town Manager position. Yeah, welcome. And so I do want to, well, I don't want to, but I'm going to, I have to. We have a letter of resignation from Ms. Jen Reed, our Executive Assistant, Select Board Liaison and Licensing Coordinator. She's moving on to bigger and better things effective December 12th, 2025. So with that, I just want to thank Jen for her commitment to the town and everything she's done to support us in our board in her capacity. I wish you luck in the future and thank you for everything, Jen.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I would also like to thank Jen for her years of service to the town and let her know that I think that she makes this board better by her being here. Thank you, Jen.
Through you, Chair.
Yes.
I would echo all of that and wish you nothing but the best in the future, Jen. I hope bright horizons ahead for you, but we will certainly miss you.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to jump on the bandwagon and personally express gratitude.
You don't want to be the last one.
For my transition and just for picking up all the odds and ends that were thrown at the town manager's office. There's a lot that happens, that goes on, and Ms. Reed was phenomenal. And will be sorely missed.
So, Mr. Chair, even as we're sending her accolades, she's still taking her copious notes. Not even able to
She doesn't
take-
miss a beat.
Not even able to get it all in.
You may want to frighten that last bit.
And by the way, as far as the minutes go, obviously Jen has set the bar very high. Minutes are our legal record of our meetings, not the Zoom or not the cable. So the more detail, the better. And it's going to be sad to lose her, but whoever replaces her is not going to be looking to uphold the same level of quality and detail in our notes going forward as she has provided, because it's very important that the public be able to read everything that's discussed and who said it and the context of which it was said. And also, we just signed a bunch of licenses here tonight, and I wanted to thank Jen for wrapping all of those up before she leaves so that we don't have to worry about those in her absence. And as the administrative assistant to the select board, her position is probably the closest one. And I've only been on the board for 6 months, as you all know, so I'm the rookie here. But in those 6 months, I've come to really value her professionalism and feedback and collaboration and all of that. So I'm truly going to miss her, especially somebody who grew up in the town, who served the town, and sad to see her move on. To be honest, we like to keep people, our own people, within. But I know that she's probably moving on to something better for herself and her career path. So good luck to you, Jen.
And that'll be the final. Obviously, I was around when we hired Jen a number of years ago. Probably the only one here that's involved in that. And I've watched her grow quite a bit over the years into her present job, which has become even more intense than it was back in the old days. So, but the job has been, that Jen is doing is now far more responsibilities than what we had even envisioned back then. So, and Jen has risen to the task and made it happen. So, again, I echo everyone else and thank you for your time and your service, and wish you well. And just remember, the door's always open if something else comes up in the future. Thank you.
Thank you for your hard work. And Jen?
Okay. So with that, select board's report and mail, we don't have anything more. So let's go right to the warrants. Who wants to make the motion to approve the warrants, or any questions, concerns? First. Okay, ready?
Chair, make a motion to approve invoice warrant number AP 26-22 dated November 26, 2025.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Chair, I make a motion that we approve payroll warrant PR 26-11 for the week ending November 22nd, 2025, warrant dated November 26, 2025.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
And finally, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we approve invoice warrant AP 26-23 dated December 4th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, thank you, sir. Next meeting agenda is December 23rd. We're going to have it after the open house. So we have visitors, hopefully, for our meeting. Any end-of-year housekeeping, and any other agenda items, and any straggling 2026 license renewals that have not come in yet.
What date did you say?
December 23rd.
That's a Tuesday, the day we're having the holiday open house get together.
Okay.
So we normally would have met on the 18th, we're not going to meet on the 18th?
That's right. Okay. No exec. So take a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
make a motion, we adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you again, Jen.